Ah! Falling everywhere. Greetings, fellow Earthlings. My name is Amber, and today we're going to talk about my tongue piercing experience. So, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys have probably seen my tongue piercing in my mouth when I talk, or when I sing, or whatever, I don't know. Today I'm going to tell you all about my experience. I'm going to skip the part where I talk about why I wanted it, because I just wanted it. I guess I didn't skip it, I just told you. I was 18, I was a senior in high school, and I had money because I had a job, and I was like, I want my tongue pierced, and I don't want my parents to know about it, because if I tell them, they're gonna tell me no, and once that happens, I can't get it. So I was like, I'll just go ahead and get it, they'll find out later. I'm dumb. I talked to my prom date, who is now my boyfriend, my senior prom date, and I was like, hey, you should get your tongue pierced with me, and he was like, I'll go with you to get it pierced, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So he drove me down to the parlor that I get all of my other piercings and tattoos and whatever at, and we filled out the paperwork and sat and waited in their little waiting area for what seemed like forever. So the guy finally called me back, and I was expecting to be sat down, have like that dot on my tongue like every other piercing that I've ever gotten. You put that little blue dot, and then you look in the mirror and they're like, is that good? And you're like, yes. But that didn't happen. Weird. Every other video that I had seen was nothing like my experience. So pretty much I just sat down, he dried my tongue out, told me to stick my tongue out of my mouth as far as I could and leave it there, and I was like, alright. So I did, and then he put the piercing forceps on my tongue, and then he was like, alright, on the count of 3, I'm going to pierce your tongue. And I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, you didn't even look to see where my blood vessels were. You didn't even look at that little, like, thing you're not supposed to pierce. That thing. You didn't even, like, really look for that. He just kind of clipped my tongue and then stuck the needle through, and I was like, okay, like, he counted and stuff, but, like, still weird. That was weird. Every other video that I'd seen, they were, like, inspecting the tongue to make sure that they didn't pierce anything, so when the needle went through my tongue, I didn't really feel it at all. On the way there, I was like trying to bite my tongue to see how much it would hurt, like it did not feel anything like that at all. It was like actually pinch your tongue, that's actually kind of how it felt. It did not hurt at all. I have a decently high pain tolerance, and I would say that this piercing was maybe like a 1.7. Yeah, it was a 1.7. I had taken 2 ibuprofen before I had gotten there. I think I took them in the car like right before. After I got pierced, and they didn't get pierced. We went to see a movie, and I just got a giant cup of ice, and I sat there and I chewed on it the whole entire time because I didn't want my tongue to swell, because I didn't want my parents to find out. Like all the other videos that I watched, like their tongue was like swollen out of their mouth, and I was like, okay, obviously, like, I can't hide that from my parents, and I did not want them to know. I was chewing on ice, and when I got home, I'm pretty sure I took 2 more ibuprofen. Like, I don't know. I took ibuprofen, I think, every 8 hours. The tongue bar that he pierced me with was this one. It's really long, I know you can't tell, but I left this in for maybe 3 days, and it was just way too long, and, like, it was very uncomfortable. It was really hard to talk with it. And when I stuck it out of my mouth, it would pretty much hit down here on my chin. This is the one that I ended up changing it to. Not that specific one, but one of the sort. I had that in my mouth for a really, really long time before I went to the mall and found one of those little jewelry, like, kiosk things with, like, weird body jewelry and whatnot. And I found this black one, which is super tiny. It's, like, half the size of the actual piercing bar. And this is the one that I wear pretty much all the time. My tongue didn't swell at all, so I could have gone from the big bar to this in like 3 days, just because like it went so smoothly. Aftercare, I used the yellow Listerine stuff that, like, whenever you get an oral piercing, that's what they suggest. I would do that after I ate, when I woke up, when I went to bed, like the normal whatever, and then after 3 days, I think it was, I did a coconut oil pull. It's good for gum health. There was like absolutely no pain, nothing. I didn't have to take any more ibuprofen after that. I have 8 piercings currently. Tongue piercing was the least painful, the easiest to clean, just the easiest in general, the fastest healing time. It's my favorite piercing right now. Yeah, so if you guys are considering getting a tongue piercing, but you guys are afraid of whatever, don't be. It does not hurt. If you take ibuprofen or like Tylenol or some anti-inflammatory, You'll be completely fine if you don't want people to find out, whatever, like, it's a-okay. Nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna die. I thought I was. It's completely fine, completely safe, and just don't be stupid. That was my experience, and hope you enjoyed me rambling a little bit today. If you think that I should post more experience videos, make sure to like this video so that I know that I should do more, like maybe on my tattoos and my other piercings, I don't know. But, yeah, I post videos once a week, usually on a Friday, but sometimes I post more videos or not on a Friday, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any, and leave a comment if you feel so inclined to. If this video helped you guys out, let me know, and I will see you guys next week.